Now I've looked at supply and demand both separately. Let's put them together and take a look at market equilibriums. So what happens when we plot supply and demand on the same graph? Let's take a look examining the market for pizza. So over here, we've combined our supply and demand schedule. We've got price, quantity demanded, and quantity supplied all in one table. First thing we want to do, let's plot demand. We have our demand schedule here, and we've plotted our demand. We can see here at a price of $0, the demand would be about 80 pizzas. You can see price $0, demand 80 pizzas. That should be familiar. We'll do the same thing with supply. Here's our supply schedule, and here's our supply graph. At a price of $0, there will be 0 pizzas supplied. Makes sense. No one's going to give away free pizza. At a price of $40, we'll have 80 pizzas supplied, right? So we've made a supply curve, we've made a demand curve. Now let's combine them and put them together on one graph. Here's our graph of the market for pizza. We've got our demand sloping downward, our supply sloping upward, and the point where they intersect is our equilibrium. Okay? Equilibrium is always at the intersection of supply and demand. We can highlight the equilibrium a little bit better, and we'll see here that, hey, the price is $20. And at that price, we have a quantity supplied and a quantity demanded of 40. And we can also see that over here in our schedule, right? Price is 20, quantity demanded is 40, quantity supplied is also 40. And that's our equilibrium. Okay, now what happens if the price is different than the equilibrium price? Okay. In all markets, the price will not always be equal to the equilibrium price. So what happens if the price is set wrong? What happens if firms don't set the price at the equilibrium? Well, first, we can have the price set too high. This would be called a surplus. And a surplus just means that we're going to have more supplied than what is demanded. So our quantity supplied exceeds quantity demanded. Over here, we can see that we have 60 units supplied and only 20 units are demanded at that price. To sell all these units, we're going to have to lower the price until we get down to whatever is demanded at that price. What happens if the price is too low? Well, if the price is too low, we'll have the opposite of a surplus. We'll have a shortage. A shortage just means that the quantity demanded exceeds their quantity supplied. So we've set our price too low here, and 70 people want to buy our pizzas, and we only have 10 that we've made. Okay? So we have a shortage of pizza. So we'll finish up with a quick review question. Here we have a table, and I want to know if the price is set at 25, are we in a shortage? Do we have a surplus, or are we in equilibrium? I'll give you a couple seconds, and then I'll show you the answer. So with a price of 25, we actually have a surplus. The actual equilibrium price would be $20 here. And you can see that because quantity demanded is equal to quantity supplied. If you're having trouble just visualizing with this table, it may be helpful for you to draw out the actual graph with price and quantity and find the intersection so that you'll know if you're in a surplus, in a shortage, or equilibrium.